welcome to today's episode of Breaking the Silence, a platform where we delve into present societal needs in relation to our professional and social work and find solutions to them. On today's episode, our discussion is basically going to be based on physical and sexual abuse, where we will delve into some of the problems and also strategies that could be adopted to help solve the problem for a safer and a more compassionate world. My name is Hamdallah Akanaba, and I happen to be the host for today's episode. I am delighted to be joined by four exceptional social work students from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Help me welcome Miss Gabriela Lise, Miss Perfect Amesimeku, Mr. Dako Derek Okai, and Mr. Emmanuel Ampambing. You all are welcome once again. So, as social workers, I know you must have come across social issues in one way or the other. But in this particular issue, I wanted to talk about, which is physical and sexual abuse. So, what is physical and sexual abuse, and what are also some of the causes of physical and sexual abuse? So, I'll come to you, Mr. Emmanuel and Pamela, to share your thoughts on it.
Thank you, madam, for such an opportunity. And also, shout outs to all the viewers watching out today. Uh, Physical and sexual abuse in two forms. I would like to explain what physical abuse is. It simply means using physical force to inflict pain, injury, or impairment on the body of another. And some of the causes of this physical abuse are the use of substance, mental challenges, and also power and control. Sexual abuse simply means any unwanted sexual acts or behaviors, not only in relationship but also in marriages. Some of the causes of this sexual abuse are power and control, mental challenges, and also the use of substance like aphrodisiacs and alcohol. Physical and sexual abuse have greatly impact on the society and on the individual. Research shows both immediate and long-term effects problem on the victim, including trauma, mental health challenges, difficulties in relationship, and trust. Thank you, madam.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel, for sharing your thoughts on physical and sexual abuses and some of the causes. So now, I would like us to discuss on some of the problems that arises from it. So I'll come to you, Miss Gabriela, to share your thoughts on it.
Thank you very much. So, one major effect of sexual and physical abuse is the victim's inability to create and maintain a healthy relationship. What do I mean? What I'm trying to say is that factors like um, low self esteem, emotional scars, and even fear of being re victimized can create an inconducive environment in their new relationship where they will not be able to build a healthy relationship. And even by fear from other their previous relationship, they are not able to maintain that good and personal interrelationship with a new partner. And with this, it would cause um way it would give out way for them to even create a more toxic relationship. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Miss Gabriela, for sharing your thoughts. So I'll also come to Miss Perfect to share your thoughts on some of the problems of physical and sexual abuse.
Okay, thank you very much. An additional problems related to sexual and physical abuse involve physical injuries, which indicates harms or damage to a body caused by accidents, violence, or external forces. For instance, eye injuries, dislocation, burns, and head injuries can occur. These these injuries can have long-term physical and psychological effects such as anxiety, depression, and difficulty trusting others. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Perfect, for sharing your thoughts. That this is really so touching. My heart goes to those who have experienced physical and sexual abuse in one way or the other. I can only imagine how difficult that situation can be. Despite that, there are always solutions to every problem. So, as a social worker, what strategy would you put in place to help scare some of the problems being mentioned by your co-social workers? So, I will come to you, Mr. Derek, to share your thoughts on it as well.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity too. As a social worker, one of my primary concerns is the safety and well-being of my clients. So, firstly, I will ensure that my client is isolated from his or her perpetrator for some time. Secondly, I'll make sure that my client is given the necessary or proper medical checkup. And finally, I will make sure that my client gets the emotional support he or she needs from his family or his loved ones. So, as a social worker, these are the strategies I will put in place for my clients. And to add up, as social workers, we don't force our clients that this particular strategy is good for you. No, we don't we don't do that. Yeah. So we just put the strategies down for you to choose the one that is best for you. So that's the strategies I will put in place for my clients. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Derek, for sharing your thoughts as well. So I will come to you, Mr. Emmanuel, to also share your thoughts on some of the strategies that you put in place to help solve the problems being mentioned by your other social workers.
Thank you once again. I'll touch on Miss Gabriella's point: inability to stay in a healthy relationship. And as a social worker, I'll try to educate the victim or my client, and outline some of the red flags in various bad or unhealthy relationship, so that in case she finds some out in a new relationship, she can be decisive in a relationship whether to stay or to leave. As my co-brother said, as social workers, we just explore alternative, but we don't suggest or take action for the client or the victim. And also, I will establish the CBT, that's the cognitive behavioral therapy. That's to for the client to identify and help her know the negative thought pattern and behaviors that contribute to bad or unhealthy relationship, so that he can also be aware of how she can be in that relationship. Yeah, that's my take on it, madam.
All right, thank you very much. So this episode has been a very educative, and all thanks to my co-social workers for sharing their thoughts on it as well. To our listeners, viewers, and people who have faced physical and sexual abuse in one way or the other, I want you to know that we have seen you and your voice have also been heard. Help is always available, so don't forget to seek for help outside. If you find this conversation very helpful and educative, please like, comment, and share. Thank you very much, and see you some other time. Bye bye.